Hey everyone, it is the Angry Honey Badger here, and I hope you're all having a fantastic start to your week. It is in fact time for Badger's Picks. We're going to see who's free and which 4 champions I'm going to recommend. For this week, we're going to be seeing Bard, and then Darius, and Diana, Lucian, Lux, Misfortune, Nunu, Scion, Soraka, and then of course Kindred. And as for my first champion recommendation for the week, I'm going to get that one over to Darius. Now, we've seen Darius as an impactful top laner for quite a while now, ever since the Juggernaut changes. He, in my opinion, is strong, yes, but he is someone you can still play around. If you haven't had a chance to play him because you do not own him, now would be a fantastic time to see how he works. He's in a good spot. So if you're also someone who's aggressive in lane and quite good at least at winning lane, chances are you'll be able to carry for your team. So try out Darius this week if you have never had the chance to do so. My next champion recommendation for this week is going to go over to Diana. I'm a big fan of Diana. We talked about this in the last stream I had actually on YouTube and on Twitch. I stream on both now. But we talked about Diana. I played her, and she's really, really fun. She has a little bit of a sloppy early game sometimes if you're laning her because she can get poked and harassed a little bit. But overall, she's a very strong champion once she hits level 6. You can start to deal very impactful damage to anyone you are laning against. Some would say, and we've talked about this in the past, that Diana is secretly OP. And I think it still reigns true. She's never really been nerfed or super buffed. She's always been in a solid spot, and honestly, I think that spot's a tiny bit strong. Come late game, she starts to two-shot people, and she can get the reset really quick and kind of keep going. So if you haven't had a chance to play Diana, or if you don't own her, I would look into her this week. She's very good. The third champion I'm going to recommend this week will be Scion. Now, I like to recommend Scion for people who maybe don't own him because they think he doesn't seem very interesting to them. I disagree. He doesn't have the most complex kit in the game, but it can be a very impactful kit when used correctly, and that's one reason why I think you should look into him. The other reason, too, is he lives forever. He gets incredibly tanky, and he can still deal some decently meaningful damage in a fight. Mostly because he has some pretty good scaling on his E and on his Q if you build some damage on him if you really want to. But he lives so long, he can just consistently deal damage with just even basic auto attacks. He's fun, he's mean, he's got a cool ultimate. I think he's a great champion. You should try him out this week if you haven't had a chance to do so. And as for my final champion recommendation for this week, I will give it to Kindred. Now, Kindred is still a champion I'm figuring out a little bit. There's parts of Kindred's kit that I think are quite good and impactful and can be utilized in certain ways. There's other parts of it I'm just a little bit unsure of, and there's still definitely a great snowball potential with this champion. So that's one thing that you need to consider if you're going to play Kindred. If you can get your stacks early, whether you're going to try to lane Kindred or play Kindred in the jungle, which I kind of like the jungle route personally, but lane is super strong. The whole I get health back all the time thing and Wolf can zone for me is very, very strong. But if you can get those stacks going early, Kindred can be a very impactful champion early on and can usually help snowball the game for your team. If you fall behind, it feels a little bit lackluster, but we'll see what happens in the next patch for Kindred, or if any changes happen. We'll have to keep an eye on that, but try out Kindred if you haven't had a chance to play them yet. Those are going to be my 4 champion recommendations for this week. Let me know which champions you'll be playing down below in the comments. I'd like to know what champions you like to try out. I really wanted to recommend Bard, but I just ran out of spots. So Bard is still fun. Not the greatest support in the world, not bad by any means. I mean, he's good, but he's not the world's greatest. I think he's definitely one of the funnest to play. Also, Kench is super fun right now too for some reason, also because he's super overpowered. So yeah, those are the champions I'm going to go with. If there's a box around any of their portraits, it will take you to a build and guide of some sort for the champion. Quick build voting is still in effect for the last quick build on Viger, and I think Kindred might be in second right now. So if you want that champion to win, go check out that quick build and leave them a vote. But other than that, I wish you all the best of luck this week on the Fields of Justice.